Make your knees nice and wide. Relax your forehead. Take your hands wider than your shoulders and your knees wider than your hips. And just take calming breaths here. Feel your elbows rest on the mat and use that connectedness just to soften your chest. And breathe into the back of your heart. So that spot just behind, kind of like below the center of the shoulder blades. See if you can expand there. As always, if this isn't a comfortable place for you to begin, pick something else where you can be focused and breathe. Make sure all of the distractions that are within your control are put away or set aside. And just give yourself the next 60 minutes on your mat to renew and recover, to stretch and relax, and to really find what you need today as we start off our week on this gorgeous Monday. On your next inhale, we're just going to roll up slowly to hands and knees, staying with that same breath. Walk your legs in. And let's begin cat-cow. Exhale, round. Inhale, arch. Pull with the hands, root into the shins. And again, so just moving now slowly with your breath. And let's just do one more here. Out. And in. And then come to neutral. And we're going to walk our knees together and take your left leg back and put the ball of your foot down. And let's just circle out your ankle so your right knee is down. And go both directions. And then we're going to spin your heel flat and slide your right shin 90 degrees so it's behind you, and reach your left arm up. And let's just circle your top arm here, pressing into your bottom hand. And circling the opposite way. The knee is directly under your hip and your left foot is in line with your knee. And now reach out and just curl back here. So some of you might want to take your left foot and slide it back a little behind you so you can lean back more. 3. Look up and see your palm if you can. 2. And then we're going to replace your hands and turn the shin where it was and lift your left leg up. Now lean into your left arm and extend your right arm out and just draw your ribs in and up and then crunch. Knee to nose, elbow to knee, and reach. And again, exhale. We're just going to do 3. That was 1. And extend palm up, palm to the side. One more time. Squeeze. And reach, and now bend your knees. See if you can capture your foot. And if you can't, just lift your foot and lift your heart with both hands down. Tiger's tail. Hug your left knee to center. Spread your left toes. And use your kicking foot to soften and open your right shoulder here. Take your gaze forward. One more breath. And then hands come down. Release the leg. And we're going to lift your left hand and step your left foot up to a left side lunge. And just sink your hips here. Pull your heart up. And then press back for a straight front leg, Ardha Hanuman. Let's just do that again. So I didn't move my heel or anything. You can shift forward a little bit, make your stance a little longer, pressing back. One more time, come forward. And now press back and hold that straight front leg and fold here. Spread your toes. 3. Drop your left hip and nudge your hip a little to the left, pressing into the back shin. 2. And 1. Now bend your knee. Let's come up crescent B. So I'm going to slide my foot back a little bit. Hands start on your front thigh. Lift your chest. And now we're going to reach out. So right arm forward, left arm back, palms face out or down, whatever feels best in your shoulders. Sink your hips now. Maybe look back and see your left thumb. Not sure why I started them on the left side, but keeping you on your toes today. And then we're going to reverse just by binding. So wrap your hands together, knuckles on the hips or on the back leg. Open your chest. Starting in a little different. Usually we start with and do this after Surya. We're going to do it first today. 2. And then come forward and take a twist. Right hand down, left arm up. And I'm going to pick up my back knee and reach my left arm over. And really important to hug your left hip in here. So you're turning from your chest, from your torso and belly, and not from your legs. 3, 2, hands down. Put your back knee down and just step back to tabletop and circle your hips out. Switch directions. And now with your knees together, take your right leg and extend it straight behind you and just circle out your foot. And so it's just a good little foot stretch, calf stretch. Although it's really not flip-flop season a lot, we walk around barefoot on the tile, our toes and feet get tight, take a beating. Roll your heel down and spin your shin 90 degrees to the left and take your right arm up. And we're just going to start circling your top arm, nice big rotations, really continuing to move and breathe in tandem. So using that nice long Ujjayi breath, and then go ahead and reach out and just slide your right toes. If you want more, pull your foot behind you and lean back. Little back bend, get our energy flowing. 3, head back, heart up. 2, and then replace your hand, spin your shin, and lift your right leg up. Point your toe. And now let's lean into your right arm, extend your left arm, and 3 crunches, elbow to knee, and then reach out. Look up. Again, exhale. Inhale. One more time. Try just to control this transitioning effort, and then reach your back and see if you can capture your foot. And if you can't, just lift the foot, lift the heart. Press into your bottom shin and your bottom hand and push that foot into the left hand. 3, 2, and then release, hands come down. We're gonna lift your right hand and swing your right foot forward and just walk your left knee back a little bit and sink your hips. And then go ahead and press back, take a straight front leg. Whoa, I hiked this weekend, that's pretty tight. Do it again. So inhale, just observe. And then push back and straighten. Give it some time. Mondays are sometimes challenging if we don't practice over the weekend. Lift your heart, inhale breath. Now let's go back and hold here and take a 5 breath fold in half splits, half Hanuman. Spread your right toes, try to push into the ball of your right foot. Last 2 breaths. And then bend your knee. And we're gonna go ahead and take your hands to your front thigh, crescent B, Anjaneyasana variation, and then twist. Left arm forward, right arm back. Just sink your hips towards your front heel and lean your chest back. Maybe look back to your thumb. Now take your hands behind and bind. Opposite grip, lean back. Maybe try to squeeze your elbows together slightly. And think of the shoulder blades like hands beneath the heart and the chest, pressing it higher, head back. And then hands come down slowly. Tuck your back toes, lift your back knee, and reach your right arm up. And let's reach out. Lift your back hip and hug your right hip in. 3, 2, and hands come down. This time we're going to step back to down dog and just walk it out. Bend your knees one at a time. First down dog of the week, hug your hands in. If you need to, take your hands a little wider. Inhale, toes, lift your heels high. Exhale, heels come back down again. So let's just keep everything else the same. Lift your heels. Exhale, drop your heels. One more time, lift your heels. This time, bend your knees, step or walk up to the front of your mat. Inhale, halfway. Lift your chest. Look forward, lengthen your spine. Exhale, bow. And let's walk our feet wider apart here, reaching for ankles or elbows. Soften your chest. And begin to rock your weight side to side. Let's give this another 5 breaths. Just give this a little more time. If you want to switch the arms out, opposite forearm in front. 3. You can take some of the bend out of the knees with each exhale if that's available. 2. And then bend your knees, drop your arms. Let's just ragdoll slowly up to standing. Head and arms are going to be last. Shoulders are going to roll back at the top. Let's just make some nice circles here. Take a big inhale breath. And open your mouth. And then stand up tall. Step your feet together at the top of your mat. Setting up for Surya Namaskar A. So inhale, reach up, look up, lean back. Exhale, dive forward, Uttanasana. Feel free to bend your knees, hinging at your hip joints. Inhale, lift your heart, look forward. Exhale, fold. So we're just gonna do half to begin. Now reverse swan dive, rise all the way up, reach up, look up, lean back. Hands to your heart. Again, inhale, get longer. As the gaze lifts, we kind of back bend here. Exhale, dive, Uttanasana. Inhale, halfway. Pull your navel in, look forward. Exhale, fold. Inhale, stand up, reach up. Look up, lean back. And then hands to your heart. Now let's add on to full Surya A. Ekam, reach up. Folding Dway. Trini, that in breath is for lengthening, elongating, lifting your spine, and then exhale, step back to plank, right foot, left foot, and we'll hold here, top of a push-up. Let's set our knees down for round 1, elbows back, lower control to the ground, chaturanga, and then untuck your feet and come up for cobra pose. So we're gonna pull the shoulders back, the elbows back, and then drag the heart up and take your head back. 3, press into all 10 toenails. Try to get your pinky toenails to press down. 2, and then lower down. You can press through knees or plank and push back, downward facing dog, hips high. Some of you might need more movement here. If you're ready, you're just holding the pose. To keep your inner palm flat, rooted. 3, 2, and then tippy toe your feet, step up, right foot, left foot, look for lengthen. Exhale, fold. And then rise up, Nava, reach to the sky. Hands back to your heart and arms to your sides. Again, sweep the arms up, make that giant circle with the hands. Exhale, dive, Uttanasana. Inhale, get long. Lean into the front of your feet and then plant your palms, lean into your arms here and step back, left foot, right foot, and lower hover. This time, use the knees if you need to, cobra or up dog. Take 2 breaths here. Try to drag your hands towards your hips and then push back when you're ready. Downward facing dog, hips high. 5 breaths. Hugging our bandhas, our lower belly is lifting, chin is tucked slightly, and then the ankles and thighs are hugging in and back. One more breath here, and then we'll tippy toe, look forward, step up, left foot, right foot, look forward, lengthen. Exhale, fold. Inhale, rise up, reach up. And then hands to your heart and arms at your sides again. Ekam, reach up. Sway, bow. Trini, look forward. Chatwade, step or jump back. And lower. Up dog or cobra. Pancha. And shut. Hold your down dog for 5 breaths. Feel your waistline stretch. So taking the weight back in hips. You need to bend your knees. You can still get the same sensation, the same stretch, it's just a little less hamstrings. Now tippy toe your feet, look at your hand stepper, lightly hop up, look forward and fold. Inhale, stand all the way up, reach up. Hands to your heart. Now take your hands behind and interlace your fingers, make a bind. Reach your knuckles out. Some of you might want to back bend here. If you need to, I'm going to step my feet wider just for stability. It's early in the practice. And then come forward. It's obviously deeper with the feet together. So folding here at the bottom of this pose, shake out your head, no. And yes. Three, 2. Now don't release the pose, just switch your grip and we'll do 5 more breaths here. If your feet are apart, walk your feet closer together and fold. 5 more breaths. When you're done with those 5 breaths, we're going to release our hands and go to yogi squat, feet together or feet apart. Reach forward and sink back. Three, 2. Now slide your hands back. Let's do Bakasana today, or take a 5 breath plank. So as I'm going to step back just to give myself more room. Turn your hands out slightly. Lift your heels, feet together, knees open wide. Kind of like child's pose. We open our knees apart and then we look forward. And then from here, if you can take 1 foot off the mat, great. Maybe both feet can hover. Once you're there, pick up your chest and round your back. Take 5 solid breaths here on your own count. And then step or jump back slowly and take a vinyasa. So if you're in plank, lower all the way down, cobra or up dog. Make your way back, downward facing dog. Take a deep breath in your nose and sigh it out your mouth. Let something go. Surely there's something. Take your right leg up here, bend your knee, stack and open your hip. So keep your left heel turned in and reaching down, and then just bend and straighten your top leg a few times. Bend and straighten. Left arm super strong. Now hold your knee bent, circle your leg around. Just a few rotations in each direction, loosening up our hip joint. And then we're going to shift forward to a plank on the left toes and bring our knee to our nose. Inhale your right leg high. And then step up to a lunge. And we're going to start bumping your left foot left. Come up onto your fingertips, sink into your front knee. And then push back and straighten your front leg and just hold here. So if you want to bounce, you can. I'm just going to hold today, hugging my left hip forward. One more breath. And then bending into the knee, we're going to reach the hands back and float the chest, and then sweep your arms up for crescent pose. And now twist in this position. So I'm going to walk my right foot a little to the right, left arm forward, right arm back. Bend your knee deeply. This time the back knee is lifted. Drag your left shoulder forward and turn your gaze to your back thumb. Hug your right hip in. One more breath. And this time the back knee is going to come down. Back hand's going to land on your back thigh. And we're going to reach the left arm up. If you're more flexible, you could put it on your calf. And curl the gaze up to your top thumb. 4. And then come forward. Take your left elbow outside your right knee for the twist. Press your palms together, back knee up or down. I'm going to leave it down. You can lift it up if you're ready for more. Just breathe into this panel of energy across the top of your pelvis. Hug your back foot into the mat if your shin is down. 4. And hands to the mat. We're going to tuck the back toes and walk it over to the left. Inhale, lift your heart. Exhale, fold. Inhale again. And now exhale, walk your hands back. One more time, take a little half lift. Exhale, fold. You can walk your feet in or out. Kind of find a good place where your head is hovering off the mat. Pull the top of your head down. One more breath, inhale. Get longer, exhale, soften. And then stand all the way up. We're gonna reach up. And we're gonna open it up to warrior 2. Turn your right toes forward, just adjust your feet. Make sure the back toes angle in just a little bit beyond that parallel edge. Reach out, turn your gaze forward and flip only your right hand. Drop your back hand. Let's half wrap that back, put the back forearm behind your back and reach up here. Use your forearm to drag and lengthen the spine. And now keep your half wrap. We're going to go to side angle and just use your forearm here. Pull your top shoulder back. You could tuck your fingers in your thigh crease or not. Look to the ceiling over your left shoulder and then take your back arm and reach out. If you want more, put your bottom hand down. 3, 2, reverse your triangle. So come all the way up, straighten your front leg, lean back, and then cartwheel your hands to the mat. As you step to plank, we're gonna float your right toes. And we're gonna roll to the outer left foot. See if you can keep your right foot floating and reach your right arm high. Maybe from there, reach out. Some of you are gonna set your foot down and curl back for flip dog. And then we'll come back around to plank and lower chaturanga. Cobra or up dog. And then back to down dog, hips high. Take your hands and walk your way back to the back of your mat. We're gonna separate the feet, but make sure they're parallel, and then grab our big toes with our peace fingers, straightening into the arms, look up. Keep your belly lifted and drop your chest, drop your head, neck is long, shoulders are lifting here. You wanna really solidify the connection, thumbs on the fingernails, pulling up on the big toes, rooting into the inner part of your foot here. It's an active rest. Now release that connection, straight into the arms, stand on the hands, Padahasta, toes to the wrists. Exhale, fold again. I always have to kind of reset, heels turn back out. I don't know how they get moved, but they do. Relax your chest and lift your shoulders. And just try to get out of your own way here. So observing your thoughts, but not getting involved in them, just being in the body, being in the moment, and the flow of the breath and the flow of the experience. 4 and 5. Release your hands. Let's just shake out or circle out our wrists and then walk forward to down dog. You're welcome to take a vinyasa here if you want, and we'll meet in downward facing dog. Now step your feet in, take your left leg up, bend your knee. So I'm turning my leg to the side, bend and straighten. Turn the right heel in, do it a couple more times. And then we're gonna bend and hold and circle that out. I really do my best to square my chest and keep my arms both straight here. But I get a little wobbly and off balance in the upper body because we're doing this weird thing with our lower body. Now come forward on the right tippy toes and shift into plank, knee to nose. Inhale, lift your left leg up. And then take a long step up inside your left thumb. You're gonna bump your right foot just a little to the right and stay on those fingertips and sink into your hips. Some of you are gonna bounce. I'm just gonna press back and hold today. So, depends on the day. Maybe you take a static stretch or a more fluid version of the pose. Either way, the back leg is very strong and active, muscles squeezing into the bone. Now bend your knee, everybody, and we're gonna take some of the weight out of the fingertips until we reach the arms back and hold here. Try to hover off your chest and then sweep the arms up, Anjaneyasana. Soften here, but keep that back leg strong. Let's twist to the left. Right arm forward, left, hand back. Pull your right ribs forward and look to your back thumb. One more breath. And now look forward, set your back hand on your back thigh and put your back knee on the ground. We're gonna reach up for crescent B. If you wanna walk your hand to your calf, that's gonna be a lot deeper. Come forward, elbow outside your knee. It's really hard to count in that pose. It's hard to talk at all. Hands together, pressing. Back knee up or down. It's up to you today. Still a really deep pose because with the back leg anchored, you have to turn more from your body. When the back leg lifts, we get deeper, but we're also kind of turning through the hips. 2 more breaths here. Push your left knee to the left. And then come to a lunge, and we're gonna lift your back knee if it's on the ground and walk over to the right. Inhale, look up. Exhale, fold. Again, inhale, look up. Exhale, fold. Let's do that one more time. Look up. This time, let's bind and fold. Take your knuckles up and over. Shift some weight forward and just see if you can relax the muscles around your neck and upper shoulders. Maybe shake out your head a little bit. On an inhale, we're going to stand all the way up. Take just a breath here to find your drishti, to get your head up, right side up, and turn your left toes out. Let's reach out, warrior 2. Now, as we turn just the left hand over and gaze to the fingers, put your right forearm behind your back and reverse here. Drag your hips down, lean your chest back. Keep your little half wrap and put your forearm down. And here, when we come forward, I can get my fingers into my thigh crease. Maybe you can too. And just lean back, lean the chest back, turn your chin towards your top shoulder and gaze out of the corner of your right eye for the sky. Now bend your knee nice and low. Keep this and take your back arm and reach out. So nothing changes except the top arm. And then from there, if you can keep that the same, you're going to slide your bottom hand down. Push into the feet now. Find 3 more breaths here. And just really feel it. The longer we stay here, the more we feel. the better stretch we get. And we're also building strength. One more breath, and then come all the way up, straighten into your front leg, reverse your triangle, and then take your hands to the mat. And as you step back to plank, we're gonna float your left foot this time and roll to your outer right foot for side plank and reach up. Now, some of you reach out or step behind and curl back. A little micro bend in the bottom elbow is going to help your shoulder get on your back, and then come back to plank and lower vinyasa. Urdhva Mukha and Adho Mukha, back to down dog, hips high. Come up onto your toes and spin your heels to the right here. Take another breath in and out, and then switch sides. Come to the toes and go to the left. And then come back to center and reach your right leg high. Try not to lift the hip as much as you're lifting the thigh. Take a long step forward. This time we're gonna come up to warrior one. Bump your left foot left, back heel flat, and we'll reach your arms up. Now take your hands behind and clasp your fingers together. Move your right foot a step or two to the right and lean back. Push your knuckles into your back leg here. Just normal grip. Make your back leg straighter. And then come forward for humble. Drop your chest and look at the ground or look back to your back foot. Now bend your front knee deeper. Pick up your fist. Try not to grip your toes, especially we don't want to grip those front toes. Nudge your hips left and square your heart straight. And then come up slowly. Keep your bind straight in your front leg. Reverse here. And now bend your knee. We're going to hop it up to warrior three. So keep your fist hugging towards the middle. Maybe use the edges of the hands to kind of help you level the hips or find the level point with the hips. Now we're going to open to half moon. If you want, keep the bind. Turn the toes out, flex the ankle now. Maybe release the hands. Full moon or floating half moon. 3, 2, root into that bottom foot. Make it strong and active. Bend your knee, step back to warrior 2. And just hold here. Soften your shoulders, strengthen your arms. And now straighten your front leg. And we'll reverse triangle. Reach up, and then reach out. And this hip is going to pull back as we extend the right arm forward, and then the right hand goes under the shoulder. So it's, you can see it's not in line with my ankle. It's kind of more behind the mid calf or knee. And then reach up, hug your feet together, take your head back. Push into the inner part of your right foot and hug your right heel back. Take your top arm and either reach out or today, half wrap. Turn your chin towards your top shoulder. And then release your hands to the mat. Let's shorten our stance for pyramid pose. Inhale, look up. Exhale, fold. Let's just do that 2 more times. So take these little half lifts, pulsing with the breath. Exhale, inhale again. So you can go back to folding, or we're going to twist. Left hand down, right arm reaches up. Parivrtta. So less weight in the bottom arm. Use the block if you need it. Right hip hugs in and back, and we're stretching forward, reaching up or out. Be strong, but soft. Maybe the most, I always say the most relaxed version of yourself without losing the integrity and the integration of the muscles and bones here. One more big breath in, and then hands come down. We're just gonna let that go and pause. And then let's step back to a lunge. Put your back knee down and walk your right foot over to the right. And let's just turn our toes out for crooked monkey. You can press with the angle of your knee and lean back here. So I'm just gonna twist into the leg today. Makes it a little easier to reach back for the foot. Some of you might wanna turn forward if you're looking for more. You could come to your elbow. You could twist into the front of the mat. 3, 2, and then release that. Walk your right foot in, and we're gonna do Hanuman again. If you're repeating half today, I want you to put in the twist, reaching up with the right arm. If you're doing full Hanuman, slide your foot out, get close, give it a second. Like most people don't just drop right into this pose. You could rock a little side to side, pull your hip back, scoop your tailbone. If you're all the way down, you could reach up. And if you're not, doesn't matter, we're all gonna fold. So twisting or folding, Hanuman or Ardha Hanuman, Parivrtta Ardha Hanumanasana, twisted half splits. 3, 2, and 1. Roll to your hip or bend your knee, release that twist. Let's go to pigeon pose. Scoot your hips around until you find the center. Back knee down, lift your heart, and then walk your hands out. Make a forearm pillow, close your eyes. Now press into your left forearm and sweep your left arm up. And then we're gonna take a twist, thread your left arm under, and reach your right arm out. If you wanna add on, you can wrap this top hand behind and try to find your foot or your big toe with your right fingers and lift your heart more. Two more breaths here. And then unwind. And we're gonna step back to a plank and put your elbows down, forearm plank. So hold here. A lot of times I see people looking back and lifting their hips. So instead, pull your gaze forward, like maybe just between your thumbs. Now walk your feet in for dolphin. Take your time. Head off the mat and your gaze is back. Unless you're gonna invert, head is like a weight here. If you can, step in again. If you wanna hop it up, try the inversion. Or just hold one leg in the air. And if you're up there, stay there. And if not, try the other leg or keep holding dolphin. 3, 2, and then let's go to child's pose. Knees together, rest. Forehead on the mat. Let's come to tabletop and press back to down dog. Inhale your left leg high. Try not to lift the hips so much. And then step up, palms stay flat. And we're gonna spin your right heel down for warrior 1, reaching up for the second side. Now take your hands behind. As we clasp, let's switch out the grip. Other thumb on top. Push your legs straight, knuckles slide down your back thigh. Maybe you can straighten the arms as well. Just another place to breathe. Come forward for humble, Feel free to walk your left foot a little further to the left or bump your right foot right. Sometimes that's easier. Drop your head, sink your hips. Pick up your knuckles. Make this a shoulder stretch too. 3, 2, and now press into your feet, straighten your front leg, keep your bind and lean back. Now come forward and we're going to balance in warrior 3. So begin with the forearms resting and find that kind of neutral surface on top of the hips. And then you can float the fist if you like. We're going to keep your bind, flex your right foot and turn your right toes out, shifting to half moon. Bound hands, Baddha Hasta, maybe full moon or just floating half moon. Today, 3. Play with your edge. 2. Now slowly bend your knee. We're going to step back, long step back, warrior 2. Transitions are hard, so we want to keep breathing and stay in the posture mentally. We engage our arms by spreading our fingers or squeezing our fingers in, hands a little above your shoulders. Now straighten your front leg and turn your hand over, reverse your triangle. And then reach out for Trikonasana. So again, the hips turn a little in this. That's why the back toes angle more. And we pull the hip crease back and reach forward, hand down just under the shoulder, wherever that would land. If it comes to the ground, it's on the back side edge, so we can lean back here and really feel this big stretch. So you can reach out or half wrap today. Pull the inner part of your left foot flat and hug your feet together. From stability, we can find space. That's what we're looking for here, to be more spacious in our body and more just spacious in our minds. Four, and then hands come down. We're going to shorten our stance for pyramid. So adjust your feet, your heel to heel, maybe a little wider. Inhale, look up. Exhale, fold. And do that again. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, fold. One more time. So you're going to go back to folding, or we're going to put in the twist. Right hand down, left arm high, hug your hip in and reach your heart out. Feel the feet and just consciously for a moment lift the toes and softly relax them back. So we're not working that part of the foot. If you want, reach out, drag your heart away from your hips, move your breath. Just decide to be calmer here. 3, 2, and then hands down and rest. Just pause for a moment. And then slide your right foot back. We're going to put your back knee down and walk your left foot all the way to the side of your mat. Turn your toes out, press on your knee, start turning into your leg. And this might help you reach back. Another trick is to put your right hand on the block. Much harder to put your elbow down, but it's a good variation if you have the space to do it. Boy, those clouds are beautiful today. Look up. Then we're not contending with the sun, which is nice. Or turn forward. One more breath. And then we're going to go to Hanuman splits. Walk your foot in. If you're repeating half Hanuman, put in the twist, right hand down, left arm high. And if you're taking full Hanuman, hello there. You're going to slide your legs apart. You're just going to give this time. What did you do? All right. If you're all the way down, reach up. And then if you're not, don't worry about this hand to the ground. We're going to walk our hands out and fold. Guest appearance by Gia. was outside sunning herself and then realized she was missing yoga. Mwah. One more breath. Now roll to your hip and take pigeon pose when you're done. All right, so sit up tall and we're gonna do a 5-breath hold. So I'm gonna have to go back outside. Watch out. There you go, and fold. Hopefully your pets aren't this involved in your practice. Hopefully they just kind of sit by, lose interest and watch. Now we're gonna go ahead and come up to your left elbow and reach your right arm high. And then we're gonna thread the arm under for the twist. And you could reach with the left arm or you could wrap and come around and try to grab. You know, if you can't reach, that's okay. You can just wrap the arm behind, grab your foot or ankle and hold here. Three, two. Now let's unwind and swing your back leg around. We're gonna come to lying on our backs. Hug your knees in, grab your knees and circle your legs. Go the other way. Why don't we do a little core today? So I'm gonna put your knees at 90 degrees and your hands or elbows on your shoulders. And we're gonna pulse up and back and down. Pulse up and lower down. So let's do 8 more. 8, we can go faster. 7, breathe in and out. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Now straighten the legs and reach up. 10, 9. Try not to pull your feet in front of your hips. Last 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Reach over your head and just rest for a moment. Now drop your left heel. Let's point our toes and we're gonna reach left hand to right foot, right hand to left foot. Switch and switch. Now we're getting the sides of our abdominals involved with this little twist. And if you want to twist deeper, you could tap the outer ankle. Last 5, switch, 4, switch, 3, switch, 2, and 1, and then rest. Reach over your head, take a deep breath in, and just sigh it out your mouth. Ah. Walk your feet in. We'll start with bridge today. Plant your elbows and shoulders, root down through the upper back, and then lift your hips. Come up slowly. Let's stand on our fingertips. So tuck your fingertips under your heels. This helps you roll your shoulders down a little bit. And now really root down into that connection. And lower slowly down. And as you rest, we're gonna hug our knees in. We're gonna do 2 more because it's Monday. So if you wanna repeat bridge, you can. This time bind your hands. If you wanna go to full wheel, place your hands next to your ears and come up for 5 yogi breaths. 3, 2, and lower down. Once more, give yourself a hug. We'll counter pose and we'll come up one last time. If you do full wheel, you should try it. Just see how it feels. If it's not good, you can come down and do something else. 5 more breaths on your own count then. When we're done, we'll come down for a happy baby. Grab the edges of your feet. Rock side to side. Now see if you can bring your feet together and towards your forehead. Now root your tailbone or flatten your low back. See if you can hang on to your feet. I'm gonna grab my big toes because it's easier and rock up and back a few times. And come to Baddha Konasana, feet together, knees wide. Scoot your hips around, center your heels, press into your elbows, and fold. And then come up slowly. And let's take our legs wide. So open our feet to the sides of our mat in Upavishta Konasana, or upward angle pose. Sit up tall, and then let's walk our hands forward, elbow, elbow. Press into the back of the legs and pull your toes back. Three, 4, and now go ahead and come up halfway, and let's walk it over to the right. Put your right forearm down and reach your left arm up and over. Make your left hip heavy. Probably should be mirroring you, but you get the idea. Either side is fine. And then come up, and we'll just switch sides. So left forearm down, right arm reaches up and out. The difficult part is re-anchoring the opposite hip here. And then come up slowly and just walk your hands back to the center. If you want a deeper variation, take it, maybe get your forehead down, grab the edges of your feet. And then walk your hands in. And we'll swing our legs around and take 2 straight legs. Paschimottanasana. Reach up, lengthen, and then press your heart forward. Grab the tops of your feet with your hands if you can, or hang on to the earth and fold. Inhale, come up slowly and release your hands and roll down 1 vertebrae at a time. So just curling down. Use your core muscles here. Come down nice and slowly, arms at your sides. So we're gonna go to shoulder stand today. I want you to first just arc your shoulders like you do for bridge. So lift your heart and plant your palms and see if you can go straight up today. So we usually begin in plow, but see if you can kind of kick your feet and come up like to here, and then shoot up to the sky instead of up and over. If you need to, go to plow first. That wasn't very graceful. So support your low back, walk your elbows in, take it a little higher, push your head back and try. We're definitely got a little throat lock going on here, but we ideally want to pull your head into the ground and open your throat so you can get a nice breath here. So let's go to plow now. Keep your legs straight all the way down. Controlled effort. See if you can tap the toenails down. Once the feet land, bind your hands. Lift your thighs, straighten into your legs. Slide your toes back. And the knees to the forehead or the sides of your head. And then roll slowly down. And we'll finish with a twist. Let's take our feet wide, cactus our arms. Swing your knees to the right and look to the left. Place your right foot on top of your left knee, or just hold where you are. And then come back to center and just switch it out. Go to the left. And then just set both feet flat. Come back to center with your knees bent and hold here. And then just bring your hands together in Anjali Mudra and put your thumbs on your third eye. And just in gratitude today for the beauty around you, within you. Honoring this one moment. And then hands to your heart. And then arms at your sides. Step your feet out, close the eyes, take a deep breath in your nose. And open your mouth. Let your feet flop open. Relax your jaw. Be conscious of the effort in your breath and just let it go. Relax it away. Soften your face, your jaw. Let your arms and legs grow heavy with the weight of gravity's pull. Your job is to melt into this place, to learn to be Shavasana. Slowly start to make your way back. Sipping in more breath each time you inhale. And wiggle your fingers and toes without rushing. Extend your arms over your head. Give a nice big stretch. Soften. And then bend your knees. And let's just walk our feet flat and roll over to the right side, right hip and shoulder. And then press into your hands and just make your way slowly up to a comfortable seat. Tall, like we always do at the end. Let's take 5 conscious breaths together. So before we leave and move on to our day, we just remind ourselves to be. The more we can slow down and be present, we can recognize all the beauty around us, the simple things that we miss because we're in a hurry or we're distracted. So bringing your hands together at your heart, just as you enter this week, committing to releasing the beauty around you, bowing your head in gratitude. The divine light inside of me honors the divine light inside each of you. Namaste. Thank you.